I've heard a number of Portuguese speakers say that they can understand spoken Spanish, whereas it seems that Spanish speakers find it more difficult to understand spoken Portuguese. Why is this the case? Portuguese has a lot of sounds which are not present in Spanish, whereas every single sound in Spanish, with the exception of the th sound in some parts of Spain, is found in Portuguese. For example, Spanish has only 5 vowel sounds, a, I, e, o, u, whereas Portuguese has a more closed a sound, 2 variants of the e sound, and a more open o sound. On top of this, however, Portuguese has 5 nasal vowels, that is ein, ein, on. And if that wasn't enough, it also has 4 nasal diphthongs, such as oin. Crazy, right? These nasal vowels are notoriously difficult to understand, especially since they often replace nasal consonants, that is the letter N or M. For example, to say the word songs, a Spanish speaker will be expecting something like canciones, whereas in Portuguese they'll be met with canções, without any consonant, but just a long nasal diphthong. Quite difficult to understand. Even worse for Spanish speakers is the vowel reduction found in Portuguese. That is, there are many vowels which are found in the written form of a word, but when spoken, these vowels are reduced to very little. Take, for example, the name of the language, Español. That was how it's pronounced in Spanish, whereas in Portuguese, that initial e sound is reduced to almost nothing, something like Espanhol. But we do need to be more specific here. Both languages feature enormous geographical variation. Brazilian Portuguese features less vowel reduction than European Portuguese. This means that it may be really difficult for a Spanish speaker to understand someone from Portugal, but slightly easier to understand someone from Brazil. The word for fast in Spanish,
Rapidamente.
Brazil,
Rapidamente.
but in Portugal,
Rapidamente.
Another factor, of course, is exposition to the language. Films in Portugal are very rarely dubbed into other languages. They simply have subtitles. So this means Portuguese speakers are more used to listening to the Spanish language, the original audio. On the other hand, most films and series are dubbed into Spanish. So this means Spanish speakers are robbed of the opportunity to do some active listening. Spanish and Portuguese native speakers, let me know what you think of this in the comments below.